Hi, my name is Chelsey, and today I want to explain to you the importance of being a donor and why you should check yes on your license. More than 115,000 men, women, and children currently need organ transplants to save their lives. Every 10 minutes, another name is added to this list. An average of 18 people die each day from the lack of available organs for transplants. My family was fortunate enough to get to spend more time with my grandpa because he received a lung transplant. So this topic touches a little deep. Beforehand, nobody in my family really was an organ donor, and now we all are, and I can say that for a fact. The first main reason I think you should be a donor is the obvious that it saves lives. One deceased donor can save up to 8 lives. That's quite a few lives if you think about it. And a living person can also donate. This would be donating tissue matter, one of 2 lobes of the liver. This is because it regenerates. You can donate one of 2 kidneys, one of 2 lungs, a part of the pancreas, or the intestines. These do not regenerate, but we don't need them to live a fulfilled life still. So why not give it away? Another reason you should be a donor is it improves the quality of living for the person receiving the transplant. Like in my experience, I said my grandpa had a lung transplant. He was diagnosed with this when he was 59, and that's pretty young still. And we got to spend 5 more years with him because of it. So it was really cool that it got to happen. His specific need for a transplant was for a lung. He had idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis of the lung. This is a little bit more rare than having cancer of the lung and whatnot. He was given a second chance at life when he had 2 more weeks to live, and this was after waiting on the list for 3 years. Like I said, he was diagnosed when he was 59. He then received the lung when he was 62, and he passed away then when he was 68. So that added quite a bit of time for him, considering he was supposed to die 2 weeks after or before he got it, or after he got his lung. And unfortunately, the donor was a young person who got in a motorcycle accident. A third reason you should be a donator is because losing a loved one can be difficult the way it is, and in this time of crisis, if you didn't make that decision for yourself, what you want to happen with your remains, then that's left up for your family to decide, in which case that's not very fair to them, considering that they just lost a loved one and then they have to decide. So it's your responsibility to check yes if you want to be a donator. And donating is not for everyone, and it's not an easy decision for loved ones to make, and that's why it needs to be talked about beforehand, because it is a pretty serious thing. Prior to my grandfather's transplant, I had a cousin who died from diabetes complications, and for his parents, they had to decide if he was going to donate organs or what they were going to do after he had passed. They did decide then to, that day, they decided that day to donate his organs, and that day happened to be the same day that my grandpa got put on the transplant waiting list. And specifically for my cousin's parents, they are still in contact with many of the people lives that they help save, and they, like I said, they are still in contact with the families, and to them it brings comfort. So they got to help somebody out. They unfortunately lost their son, but they got a little bit of closure from being connected with them in that way. And a last reason that you should be a donor is the simple thing that it's recycling valuable human parts. A little stat that I got from organdonating.gov is in 2011 there was 8,127 deceased organ donors and 6,017 living donors, resulting in 28,535 organ transplants. That's over double the number that, or almost over double of the number. And that's a big impact, and we can help one another. Like I said, multiple organs can go to multiple needs, and it's not just for adults. Everybody thinks, well, these organs, are they going to old people? Are they just going to pass away? What's going to happen? It's not that case. A lot of people need organ transplants. Children, people my age, people your age, it's everybody needs them. And here is a little chart that I have that, oops, wrong one. Here it is. Here's you. If you tell your 3 friends, who tell their 3 friends, who tell their 3 friends, you then have all of these people who are organ donators. And you never know which one of their lives, say it can be this guy that they gave an example, that he could be saving your life. We can help out one another, so why not do so? And here is a little fun fact I found on top of this chart. In 1954, the kidney was the first human organ to be transplanted successfully. Today, there are many kinds of transplants, including heart, liver, and lungs. Little fun facts, numbers here that are from 2009, 2010, so they're not as updated as the ones that I previously gave in my speech. But yeah, I think everybody should take into consideration, sit down with their family, and just talk about the pros and cons to them of what organ donating can be. We can help each other out. And personally, I'm an organ donator, and I suggest that everybody should be. Thank you.